Welcome to Emuna is Our Future with an open heart. Gonna open up our hearts, guys. Yeah, open up the heart. Gonna really get that feeling of Lag BaOmer, the inspiration, the aish, the fire. And guess what? We don't have internet Wi-Fi yet, so the line's gonna be a little bit, but we're going ahead. That's our Emuna energy. That no matter what, we go forward. We keep giving out the Emuna love. And thank you again for joining us and all the different classes and sharing all our Emuna posts with Breslov Israel, in Chut Shel Chesed with Rav Shalom Arush, Shlita. He is right now, in Meron. He's praying for us over there. He's going to be making hadlaka, a big fire in Meron. He is one of the few fortunate people that get to be in Meron this year on Lag BaOmer. And personally, I am delighted because I'm in Yerushalayim. Wow, Yerushalayim. There's no better place in the world to be the whole year than Yerushalayim. And that's the big blessing that I thank Hashem every day that we live in Yerushalayim. And to give Hodah, to say thank you, Todah to Hashem, is a very important part. We're counting during the Sefirat days, Sefirat HaOmer. We're counting, and right now we are holding and Hod. And Hod is about to go into the deepest part, the Hod Shubha Hod. But still right now, Netzach Shubha Hod. With last week's class, you can go back and see the victory that we took, and we went together with V-Day in England. My family was celebrating. We were victorious with the war, and hopefully we're victorious with the war with the coronavirus challenge. And we're going ahead out of this now. Our doors are opening, our hearts are opening. We're hopefully getting to a new level of connection and determination to do what we're supposed to do with Emuna in this world. And to remember, one of the most important sayings I learned when I had the merit to sit in yeshiva, which anybody can do nowadays with online, or even come to yeshiva, even better, and learn panim b'panim, learn face-to-face with a rabbi. When I was there, I learned a chazal, a saying from our sages. Rahman wants our hearts. Hashem wants your hearts. He wants your heart. This is the most important bakasha, most important request the person can really have is someone's time and their focus and their heart, the heart level, the connection. For me personally, when looking for righteous people to connect to, the best advice I got was to connect on the heart level, to have a connection through the heart. That through your heart, you feel inspired, you feel uplifted. I had connections to Tzaddikim like Rav Simai Zilberberg, Shlita, and the Tolner Rebbe, the Kalav Rebbe Zatzal, the Havdil Ben Chaim L'Chaim. And thank God, we're here by Rav Orish's beautiful place, and we get that inspiration and Emuna from Rabbi Nachman ben Feiga, Nachman ben Simcha. He's giving us that energy and reminder of not only is Bas Alev Breslov, but it's the whole etzem of Breslov. And Rash energy is the idea of Besori, Libi Besori, that my heart should become like flesh. And the same letters as Rashbi, Reish Shin, Beis Yud, is Besori, Beis Shin, Reish Yud, Besori. So my heart, Libi Besori, should become like heart. It should become Breslov, Bas Alev. It should be a heart of flesh. Now, in our generation, we've been desensitized. All of us have, personally, I didn't grow up religious, so I had connection online to the internet and to all this stuff. Before I even was religious, there was no internet so much, but there was the blockbuster world or TV world, whatever, and it gave us a certain desensitizing experience in a not good way. So nowadays, it's like hitting us in the face every second with Netflix and everything else and all the different levels of what's going on out there. So to keep that heart from turning to stone and to like even Facebook understood it. Have a care sign. You guys can press it. You have that caring heart that cares for another person. That's Rahmana Liba Boy, that Hashem himself is merciful and he wants our heart. That's how he's calling himself in Chazal, Rahmana. He's the idea of mercy. And especially on Lag BaOmer, it's very important to understand that not only have we gone through these 5 weeks now of counting since Pesach, we're now getting ready for the climax with the giving of our Torah, of guidance, of spiritual guidance for the world, not just for the Jewish people, but it's something all the goyim, everybody has to be involved with and connect into. So this tremendous light that comes down during Sefirat HaOmer on an inner level gives us the strength to connect into a whole different perspective of understanding of inner Torah. You can't really see it like externally so much. For example, Lag Bomer, there is a power because of the fires that we have. Like people light their fires. Most of us are not going to be by these big fires of 500,000 people at Lag Bomer. It's not happening this year the way it was. So Hashem's asking us to go more within. He's asking us to have a more panemius, a more inner experience of connection to Rashbi, to Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, to his light, to his Zohar that was Megala, his Torah, Hashem's Torah, that was Megala through, it was revealed through the light of his students, of the Messiah, all the way through the Baal Shem Tov, all the way through to the Arizal, through the Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, and the other Talmidim, the Vilna Gaon, and the Ben Ish Chai, and all the different paths that of Tzaddikim that are spread out through the world of spirituality and Torah and generations. There was always Lamed Vav Tzaddikim in every generation. There was always 36 righteous people put into every generation who would give us that connection to Rashbi and to the inner light, the inner Torah, the Kodesh Kadoshim. Personally, Baruch Hashem, I'm Ben 40. I've turned 50 not so long ago, around Purim time, just before this all, literally Purim time, as this all took place, the beginning of this whole story. So Ben 40, the Bina says in Perek Avos, this is a time where we get an understanding, the sayings of our fathers, to have more understanding heart, knowing heart, to be a heart that understands in a deep internal way. Internal, not just eternal, but internal, to have it internalized. And once we start to really understand, to have that level of simcha and connect, all of us have the power in our own way to tune in to the light of Rashbi, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. Now, I'm going to just set up, we're doing an Instagram live, because like I said, we don't have the Wi-Fi like we'd like set up. So we're just going to get this going again, if we can, if it's possible. No, we don't get the live. Ooh. It's okay. We'll be all right. Because that's part of the inner thing. Because maybe this is not meant to be inner. So please, God, put the audio on our Emuna is our future podcast. And we're going to have all these opportunities, all of us, to tune in different platforms. And please, God, we'll have one day Wi-Fi and we'll have it all wonderfully working in that time. And then you guys can really like rock and roll together with us in sharing these beautiful posts. Let's just try one more time. I'm that kind of guy. Persistence is a good value. Yeah, but that's a big quality also, to let go as well when something doesn't work, not to get frustrated or it doesn't go your way. So we're not going to go into the frustration zone. We're going to stick with the inner connection that we all have, even if there's no, we have an intrinsic oneness with our godly soul, with our chelek elakai mimau mamish. Everybody has this godly spark, this godly connection, everyone. So even if the Wi-Fi or the internet, whatever, going up and down in our life, or whatever it is, our income is not as for sure as it seemed like before, and we have to keep doing this whole alcohol bit and that, but we're intrinsically tuned in to our soul, and that's stability. That gives us ishtavus, as it says in the Svarim. That's taking us into the next sphere of Yisod. Yisod, the Tzaddik, Yisod Olam, is the idea of this righteous person is a foundation of the world, like Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was, and all the different tzaddikim and all the generations, Joseph Tzaddik. This idea of the ishtavus, this ability to be strong and stable and focused on the godliness no matter what, on as Orish always says, to thank Hashem for everything, to say Todah Hashem for whatever we're going through. And we have the beautiful book, say thank you and see miracles, and the Garden of Todah, and all the different beautiful Garden of Thank You, and the shots, all the different opportunities to constantly give a thanks, say Todah. And that's very connected to this sphere that we're in, Hod, and that's why Hod and Yesod usually go together. I have a child, Aaron Yosef is his name, because it's the idea, this balance between two different, and Yosef, two spheres concepts in deep Svarim. This is a very powerful energy that we can tune into during these 2 weeks, leading up to the climax of Malchus and Kabbalah Torah and David HaMelech Sphira and his Yotzai and about Shem Tov's Yotzai. We're coming to a very, very special time. So all of us should not miss this opportunity by being distracted by what's going on in the news and when this is going to open and that's going to, like we posted, we are now allowed soon, another week or two, 100 more people can get together in Israel, and the Kotel's open with Hashem, to have a little bit more compassion, to be more caring, to be a little bit more considerate, because as we go out, this is an opportunity for all of us to tune in to a different experience. That it's not so simple that life should just be take it for granted, and that we don't conceptualize. The hearts are back. We don't conceptualize that there are people out there in contact, say with your wife or your spouse or your loved one, that you're not with them right now, to say, I'm going out a bit more, to touch base a bit more, to ask if they need things, not just to see, I'm out of here, boys club, here I go, or off to some holiday somewhere. No, you have to be with the people that you've just reconnected with. As Rav Y. Jacobson said very rightly, that now that the world seems to have changed, have we changed? Are we changing? Are we going now with the change that's happening in a renewed way? Are we going back out into the world with renewal, with a new mindset, with a mindset, as Gedalia Fencer so beautifully pointed, of abundance, of the shefa, the divine abundance is endless. So why restrict it to what the news says, or what the stock exchange, or whatever you're looking at, or what your current wage package or not wage package or unemployment, whatever the scenario is? Allow your mind to expand. So you have to allow yourself, your vessel, your kli, and one of the most important parts of you is your heart. Your heart level is open, that there should be many blessings, as someone just wrote nicely on our recurring Facebook feed. That's part of the thing, that the blessing should be abundant. The woman, here's God, we'll have the Wi-Fi. Please God, we'll have we visualize how everything's going to be gavaldic. So we can be set up in the best way, and we can do our job the best way. We can be the best spouse and relationship partner. We can be the most inspired person. We can pray on Lag BaOmer and beyond, before and after, during, whenever. Just keep praying for the abundance to be revealed, to have that mindset of abundance, to not allow ourselves to get pulled into the small-mindedness and the constrictions that seem to be so abundant, unfortunately, in this world nowadays, that we're not trapped by that. We're out, we're open, our hearts are open in a good way, not going to be strong. We spoke about that in the inner strength class. We're going to make the boundaries that we shouldn't be pulled into negative stuff. But the most important thing is we're going to go out with an open heart for all the positive we can do, all the positive we can do with the internet, all the positive we can do with our friends and family, all the positive, the happy, the joy we can share by connecting ourselves to righteous people like Rav Shalom Arush, and all the way back through, like we said, all the way back to Rashbi. His light is a growing light before the Mashiach comes. For Oral Shel Mashiach, the light of Mashiach is a growing light. The darker the world seems to go, the bigger the light comes, as Olana Nava said in his vision that was posted not so long ago. And we get this opportunity to really transform so much of the pain that people have gone through into todah, into thank you, into healing, into light, into inspiration. So every one of us has that intrinsic oneness. So I'm going to round off with a beautiful concept, that the idea of rations, to pray for the world to come to a good place, for our family and friends, for everybody. And with that compassion, we change, become more compassionate, caring people in our actions, how we behave. And that will bring us to that climax that we're going towards in the next few weeks. We're coming to the point where we're starting to reveal in our action, in our life, how we can enter the world. And that's why everything is divinely orchestrated. Nothing has happened by chance. This whole Corona challenge was not some random medical phenomena or some crazy scientist making some fun thing, in a horrible thing in the lab. It was something for us. This whole challenge has been for us to grow, because it came out during the Jewish calendar of the Sefirat, for us to become more inner. We went through Purim and Pesach. Experience like the light will be when we were built, where everyone will rejoice. The whole world will rejoice. There'll be no more pain or struggle like that has been. We're going to be in a place of tremendous joy from within. And that will give us the right tools, the right kelim, the right vessel to be of light, a vessel for the light to come of the Oresh Mashiach, for the light of the Mashiach, of the Messiah. And that's the Emuna path. That's really where Emuna, everything we're doing is about building that Emuna future that we all care about and want. Every one of us has a connection to that Emuna, a favoring in heaven that all of us can tune into. And that fight we've had during this time, all of us on some level has fought off certain inner battles of worry or fears, or that's created a tremendous nachas ruach. So like we said, the kindness, the fighting, and then the teferis, the healing, the balance, and then we come to now the win-win and the winning and the victory and then the thank you, that we realize that we have to be submissive, like the whole recovery world understand this. And we're going to talk about the unified real recovery. You go to my Unity Flow podcast there, and you'll see I've still put it out there, the whole thing, the whole concept of joining together online to create a real recovery experience. And a lot of it's to do with just subjugation, of just allowing yourself to let go and not be in control, to let go of the control, not to government, but to let go of the control of your own life, of trying to force things. Let go to say thank you, Hashem, to understand with Hodah is the idea of thank you is the same idea of Modah, being Modah ala emes, to be agreeable, to understand, and to be someone of submissiveness in a healthy way, that we are able to say thank you and be appreciative. And this is something all of us have power. Everyone has power to tune into this. And it's just a matter of us understanding that once we've got these 5 aspects that we mentioned, the kindness, the struggle with the Yetzer Hara and the down, but to have a stable inner connection from within that's eternal and one with our mission in this world. And I look forward to see that all come out, and the light of Reb Shimon should guide us, should give us the awe and the light and the connection and the inspiration and the passion and the power to turn a heart of stone to flesh, to feel again, to really be caring and compassionate in all our relationships, and to be able to be like godly in our ways, like we just posted, like to emulate God's ways. This is the ultimate devekas, this is the ultimate connection. Once we're connected in to Hashem, to our oneness, to our unification, then we'll see how everything will unify around us to the ultimate geula, Mashiach Sekenu, Amen. Thank you so much. Sorry about the Wi-Fi, we'll get there.